morning. Standard 9. Subject Maths. Chapter number 1. Number system. Okay. Whenever we think about numbers, if someone asks you, can you count these things for me? You started counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Okay. All these numbers are coming naturally in your mind. All these numbers are called natural numbers. Okay, so natural numbers we denote it with the capital letter N. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all are my natural numbers. Okay, we know that 0 plays most important role in maths. Okay, so the next one is the whole numbers. The whole number starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay. Whenever you go to the hill stations, you feel so cold. Okay. Because of the temperature decreases, then okay, it could be decreased in a negative numbers, say like -1 degree, -2 degree, etc. Okay, so all these negative numbers we include in a integers. Okay, so integers is the collection of all the negative, 0 and positive numbers. Okay, and we denote it with the capital letter Z. Why we denote it with the capital letter Z? Because Z is come from German word called Zählen, and Zählen it means to count. Okay, from that we use the Z to denote integers. Okay. So the next one is rational numbers. Okay. When you go to the Domino's, okay, you order a pizza. Okay. So my pizza is of 5 slices. Okay. So you ate 2 slices. How many slices? You ate 2 slices. After how many slices? 5 slices are there. Okay. So if someone asks how many pizza you ate, you directly say it's a 2/5 pizza I ate. Okay. So 2/5 pizza you ate. Okay. So this 2/5 number will include in a rational numbers. Okay. If R is called a rational number if this can be written in a form of P by Q form. Okay, it means P by Q form. So this one is my P and this one is Q. Okay, here my P and Q are my integers because we know that 2 and 5 both are integers. Okay, and Q is not equals to 0. It means the quotient shouldn't be 0. Okay. Now, the irrational numbers. Some numbers it cannot include in a ratio form. We cannot write in a ratio form. So, these numbers are like 2, 3, 5, 7, pi, etc. Okay. Now, the next one is the real numbers. Okay. The collection of all these rational number and irrational numbers, we call it a real numbers. Okay. So, real number numbers are the collection of the rational number and irrational number. And we denote this real number with capital R. Real number is denoted with the capital letter R. Okay, now the collection of rational numbers and irrational numbers. It means we can observe over here that natural number now let's understand with the diagram. Natural numbers, okay, starts from 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole numbers, we just add 0 over here. So here is my whole number. Okay, whole numbers. And if we add negative numbers, we get the integers. Okay, again it includes 0, 1, 2, 3. It means the whole numbers and positive numbers, which is the natural numbers. So again this integers. Okay, now as you can see here, my P and Q are my integers. It means integers. It includes all the negative, 0 and positive numbers. Okay, so again all this will include in rational numbers. Now, as you can see, root 3, root 5, root 7, some of the numbers were missing over here. So, all these numbers are separately written over here, which is my irrational number. Yes. Okay. So, all these numbers, it's nothing but my rational numbers. Okay, so all these are my all rational numbers. That's why written over here. Real numbers are the collection of rational numbers and irrational numbers. We call it a real number. Okay? Okay. The question is, find out the rational numbers between and irrational numbers. Question says, my topic is find the rational numbers between rational number. Okay. Now, the first one is find find rational number between 1 and 2. Okay, the question says find the rational number between 1 and 2. If you draw a number line like this one and 2, then we have to find any numbers between this 1 and 2. So we can use average method. Okay, so average method says 1 plus 2. How many digits are there? 1 and 2. So divide with 2. So we get 3 by 2. Okay, so 3 by 2 is somewhere lying over here in number line. Okay, so 3 by 2 is lies between 1 and 2. Okay, if says find rational numbers, find 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. Over here is 5 between 1 and 2. It means you can just find the middle one numbers. Okay, here says you have to find the 5 rational numbers. So it means if I draw number line like this one, okay, so 1 lies over here and 2 lies over here. Okay, in between we have to find the 5 rational numbers. Okay, now, so again we can use this average method because 3 by 2 is also lies between 1 and 2. So again we use the average method. Take 1 plus 2, divide with the 2, we get 3 by 2. Okay, so 3 by 2 lies between over here. Okay, now continue this method. Okay, if I find a number between 1 and 3 by 2 over here, okay, we know that if I find number between 1 and 3 by 2 over here is also lies between 1 and 2. So again we use the average method. Say 1 plus 3 by 2 divided with 2. Okay, this 2 multiplied with 1, this is 2 plus 3, and this 2 goes into the denominator, which is my 4. We number that is 5 by 4. Okay, so 5 by 4. Okay, if we continue this method, now you can take this 1 and 5 by 4 and find the number between over here, or else you can take 5 by 4 and 3 by 2 and find the number between this one, and take 3 by 2 and 2 and find the number between over here. This way you can find 5 integers or 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. You have to find 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2 using this average method in your homework. Okay, you have to complete this question. Now, the next question. Okay. Find or else say insert, find 100 rational numbers between minus 3 by 30 and 9 by 30. Okay, so we can use this average method because but this line is quite lengthy. Okay, if you find average between this number and again find average between that two numbers is quite lengthy process. Okay, so the trick is that okay, what I'm doing over here is minus 3 upon 30. Okay, now I'm multiplying with 10 and 10. Okay, if I multiply numerator with 10, I have to multiply with the same digit in a denominator also. Okay, so we'll get minus 30 upon 130. Okay, now the second one is again we will do the same thing. We just multiply with 10 and 10. So I'll get 90 upon 130. Okay, and we know that here denominators are same, so we can simply and look over here minus 30 130. Okay, 90 divided by 130. So what I am doing is now right over here minus 30 divide with 130. Okay, minus 30 is less than minus 29, 129, 30. Okay, is less than minus 128 and 130, minus 27 and 130, and so on. So we'll get over here is, you can get over here is minus 130. Okay, this way you just go like this way. Now we have to find the solution. Okay, so what I'm doing is minus 30 multiply with the 10, 13 multiply with the 10 will get minus 30 upon 130. Same thing I'm doing with this one. 9 upon 13 multiply with 10, multiply with 10. So 90 and 130. Okay, we know that this 30 is less than 30 is less than 29 is less than 28. Okay, now so on is less than 0, less than 1, and we know less than 90. Okay, so you can similarly you can write 100 rational numbers between these two numbers. Okay, so here I can write like this way, that by 130. Okay, skip 20 minus 1 minus 29 130 minus 28 130. So on 0 1 divided 30 and so on 90 divide 30. Okay, I cannot simply write like this way, that 3 upon 30 minus 2 upon 30. Okay, so what I am doing is I am just making the difference wider between these two numbers. Okay, by simply multiplying with 10. Okay, so this way you can write 100 rational numbers between these two numbers. Okay, rational numbers between 3 and 4. Okay, so one trick is we can use the average method, and the second one thing is that we have to find how many rational numbers, 5 rational numbers. So we simply doing is take this 5 plus 1. Okay, 5 I'm taking plus 1, which is my 6. Okay, 6. Now what I'm doing is take this 3 number. Okay, now 3 we simply multiply with 6 and divide with 6. Okay, equivalent fraction. Remember the equivalent fraction? We just making the same things. So okay, if we got this 6, we get the 3 over here only. Okay, so what I am doing is I am multiplying this 3 with this number 6. Okay, so 18 divided with 6 I'll get. Okay, now similarly I am doing with the number 4 also. So 4 multiply with this number 6 and divide with the 6. So 24 divide with this number 6. Okay, so look at over here. If we cut this one, okay, we'll get the 3. If I cut this one, I'm getting the 4. Okay, so here the denominators are same. So I can simply write like this one, that 18 divided 6, 19 divided 6, 20 divided 6, 21 divided 6, 22 divided 6, 24 divided 6. Okay, since 18 divided 6 is nothing but my 3 and 24 divided 6 is nothing but my 4. So, okay, this way we can find numbers between 3 and 4. Now, we move on to the exercise 1.1. Question number 1. Is 0 a rational number? Can you write in it P by Q form, where P and Q are my integers and Q cannot be 0. Okay, we have to write 0 in a form of P by Q. Can we write? Yes, we can write. Yes, we can write. Okay, now P by Q form, where P and Q are integers and Q not equals to 0. Remember the ratios definitions. Ratios definition says R can be written in a ratio form if we can write in P by Q form, where P and Q are my integers and Q cannot be 0. Look over here. Who cannot be 0? Q cannot be 0. It means 0 can be P. Okay. So solution say 0. You can write any number over, say 2. I am writing any number over here. Okay. So here we talk about that Q cannot be 0. We can say that P can be 0. Okay. So yes, we can write 0 in P by Q form. For example, you can write like this one. Example say this one. Or you can write as many examples you want. Say 100. Okay. Etc. Likewise, you can write. Now, the question number 2. Okay. Find the 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Okay. We have to find how many rational rational numbers. Okay. Now, look, 6 rational numbers we have to find. So, what I am doing is, similarly like this one, 5 rational numbers. What I have done, 5 plus 1s. Here I have to find how many rational numbers? 6 rational numbers. So, I am doing this 6 plus 1. Okay. Equals to 7. Okay. The second step is I am multiplying and divide this number with this number. Okay, so here is asked is 3. We have to find our 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. So I am simply multiplying with 3, 7 and dividing with this 7. Okay, equivalent fraction. I am making this fraction equivalent. Okay, so 21 divided with 7. Okay. So the next one is 4 multiplied with 7 and divided with 7. 28 divided with 7. Okay. Now what I am doing is simply writing the numbers between these two numbers. Okay. So my first number is 3, which is nothing but my 21 divided with 7. Okay. If I cut this 21 and 7, I'll get the 3 only. Okay. So the next one is 21 divided with 22 divided with the 7, 23 divided with the 7, 24 divided with the 7, 25 divided with the 7, 26 divided with the 7, 27 divided with the 7, and 28 divided with the 7 is nothing but my 4 only. Okay, so can you count over here that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so these are the 6 integers, 6 rational numbers between the number 3 and 4. The question number 2, exercise 1.1. Exercise 1.1, question number 3. Okay, find 5 rational numbers. You have to find how many rational numbers? 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Okay. So, okay, 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. We already done this kind of questions. Okay. So, we cannot simply write like 3 here. Look at over here. What am I doing? What is my next step? I am making the difference wider between these two numbers by simply multiplying with 10. Okay. So what am I doing is multiplying denominator and numerator with 10. Okay, so 3 multiplying with 10 and 5 multiplying with 10. Okay, so number I will get is 3 by 30 by 50. Okay, so I am doing nothing but making the equivalent fractions. 4 by 5, simply multiplying with the 10. 10, I get over here is 40 divided with the 50. Okay, so now we know that 30 and 40. So the next one is 31. Okay, The next one is 32. Okay. So on up to 40. Okay. So simply just write like this one 3, because we have to find the rational numbers between 3 by 5 now. So 3 by 5, it's nothing but my 30 by 50. Okay. So the next upcoming is 31 upon 50, 32 upon 50. You have to write only how many rational numbers? 5 rational numbers. The 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay. And you can simply stop over here. 40 by 50, it's nothing but my 5 by 4 only. Okay. So this way we can find our rational numbers between any two rational numbers. Okay. Now move on to the next questions. Okay, now pause the video and note it down all these questions. Okay, all these questions you have to